want that.
I'm back a year, dude. I hope I didn't say that earlier.
No, you didn't. I would have caught it.
I'm Dan Mitre. I'm the MX vs. ATV community manager, also known as THQ Moto X at the official forums, and you'll see me in game as Moto X, THQ Moto X. Anywhere you see me online, that's me.
Okay. And let's go ahead and touch on a few subjects. So let's go ahead and touch on pricing for the new game. Can you explain that?
Yeah, sure. So, you know, in the past we had products that released at $59.99, great quality games. MX vs. ATV Alive is actually releasing at $39.99 worldwide in May 2011, and by no means is this a cheaper quality game. By no means should it be in like the $5 rack at all. This is the same sort of $59.99 quality you would see, but at a cheaper price point for people to get into the game much easier.
Right.
So, you know, save up your allowance and you won't have to spend as much.
Right. Okay, so the bar-to-bar system that came out on game trailers had some kids talking, you know, they were a little bit concerned about running into guys and the way it looked or whatever. Can you explain a little bit more about the bar-to-bar system?
Sure. So when the announcement trailer came out, you know, a lot of people had some concerns regarding the physical contact of the game, and they were afraid that it would be like a road rash, you know, pulling out whips and chains, just beating everybody to a bloody pulp. That's not what MX vs. ATV Alive is, and that's not what we, that's not one of the goals that we try to meet. So just touching on an announcement trailer, that was just to say, hey world, there's a new game coming out. But the bar-to-bar actually addresses a pretty fatal flaw in reflex, where when you accidentally or purposely bumped into someone, you were flipped into some gyrating mess. And so the bar-to-bar actually addresses that, where you're encouraged to get in there and bump some elbows, hit your bars with, you know, with everybody, and actually have some contact. So you won't be put in dead last for hitting someone the wrong way. So it's not a means to take someone out and you know, sort of get your sights on them and slam into them. No, we encourage contact as part of racing.
So let's explain a little bit about clutch control.
So clutch control is another element that we're using to really play up the realism in MX vs. ATV Alive. With the clutch control system, you're going to have much more control over the way that you ride and the way you control your vehicle. So by pressing in your bumper, you'll be able to pull in your clutch, and releasing it will engage it, allowing you to, you know, power through a jump much quicker, or get through a turn with much more control. And additionally to that, we also have something called a clutch assist system. And for those who aren't so savvy with using a clutch while they're racing, they can turn that on and the game will assist everything for you. So, you know, that really encourages beginning racers to be just as competitive with those who may be a pro and, you know, excel at racing online.
So you guys just released some rider skills, and can you touch on maybe a few of those and explain kind of what those do?
So the rider skills is actually a game feature that plays off the whole player progression system. So the player progression system in overall sort of scheme of things is a means for you to gain experience with no matter what you do in the game. So whether that's playing one lap, playing online, losing, winning races, you'll get experience just for playing, and that experience goes into your player, goes into your vehicle to give you new vehicles, new tricks, and new rider skills. So some of the rider skills coming up allows you to either give you advantage over your competition in an area that you're weak in, or just, you know, blow you out of the water in something that you really want to excel at. So one of the rider skills coming up is one that touches on scrubbing and allows you to scrub over jumps much easier than previously, so you can really get through lines a lot faster. There's another one called tank. That allows you to really slam into someone and have much more effect when you're getting in that contact.
Shane Smith from the MX versus ATV Alive Facebook is concerned a little bit about the sound. Can you maybe go in depth on a little bit about what you guys did new for the sound this time?
That's a good question, Shane. Actually, a lot of concerns with Reflex was the sound alone, that it just wasn't realistic enough, you know, that it sounded like you had 6 different gears and the 250s were too whiny and all that. Well, we actually took that feedback from the community and from a lot of play testing and addressed that in Alive. So what we had was Elliot Olson, our lead designer. We equipped him with this like really cool SWAT looking vest that had these 2 mics on it to really capture like the bass, the mids, and the trebles of actual exhaust and engine sounds, so we could get a nice good blend. And we put him out there with a whole lineup of different bikes, 125s, 250s, 450s, with a whole bunch of different exhaust tips and different sort of setups. We had him just attack a track and do jumps and do straightaways and whoops, so we could really get that realistic sound, implement that into the game, so when you hit the jumps, when you hit the berms and the whoops, you hear what would exactly be replicated on a bike. So we're pretty impressed with it. Dude, it sounds freaking bomb, and we know that you're going to be pretty impressed with it as well.
Jacob Stranger wants to know what gaming systems Alive will be available for this year.
Well, Jacob, MX vs. ATV Alive is coming out in May 2011 on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, so be on the lookout, it's going to be sick. Hey, so I'm Dan Mitre, aka THQ Moto X. I just want to thank Vurb Moto for giving me the opportunity, to get in front of you guys and sort of go through some of the cool things going on with MX vs. ATV Alive coming up. Actually, one of the cool things that we're doing with Vurb Moto is really getting integrated with the vurbmotogamers channel. So definitely check MX vs. ATV Alive coming out on there, and I encourage you to start learning how to capture your own gameplay footage and get that featured on Vurb Moto as well. And be on the lookout for some really cool things going on at mxvsatv.com. We're going to have tons of great giveaways, some really cool, exciting things going on with vurbmoto.com as well. So head on over there, sign up for the Moto Club community, and we'll see you guys there.